musician Tailors, Twin and Chevie.
Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to the Tailors Talk Podcast, live here at Grind Entertainment Studios, home of Musician Tailors, LLC. I'm your co-host, Chevy Revis, along with my co-host and co-founder, Darrell Twin Smith.
What's up, y'all?
Today's special guest is a father, husband, creator, innovator, and CEO and founder of Flare Nova Studio with over 20 years of experience in animation industry. His creative mind and talent has led him to work and partner with major studios like Sony, Warner Brothers, and Cartoon Network, just to name a few. He also created his own animation series called Xounn, spelled Xounn. That's X-ray, Oscar, Uniform, November for my military folks. Children of Muse, which is based on his love for sci-fi, music, and cultural storytelling. Please help us welcome to the show, hailing all the way from Macon, Georgia, by way of Columbus, Georgia, by way of ATL, Georgia, our brother, ally, friend to the establishment, Julian Herring.
Thank you.
Welcome to the show, brother.
And that was a wonderful intro, man.
I appreciate it. Appreciate it.
Real warm. Real warm.
We try.
Man, we appreciate you coming out here on Tailors Talk Podcast. You know, it's an honor, and definitely it's a working with you is an honor, hands down. You know, I know you want to get up here like you the pastor of the church,
Deacon Herring.
but this is all about you and Xounn.
No, man. I'm gonna go hide behind the corners right quick. You know, I don't jump in front of the camera too much, so this is a little weird for me. So
Why it's weird for you?
I work behind the cameras. You know, when it's dealing with cameras, I'm behind the camera. So being in front, it's a little different. So, but we'll see how it go.
Yeah, man. So, like I said, this is all about you, man. So, we gonna focus on you and your accomplishments and the things that you bring to the culture and the things that you bring into the entertainment world as a whole. So, as you know, we know you from Macon, Georgia, but you know you grew up in Columbus, right?
Right. So I was born in Macon, and in 7th grade, Pops moved us over to Columbus, Georgia. He had dad's minister, and we went to Columbus, I think the summer of '87, and then went to the 8th grade in Columbus, went to Arnold, and then went to Hardaway High School. So me and my twin brother, Jason.
That's what's up, man. So
Another twin.
Yeah, he twinning. You ain't know
Twin. Well, you did mention that, so that's crazy.
Yeah, he always say he'll say, you know, me and Darrell, we twins. And then both like, what you talking about?
Yeah, we twins.
He's a twin and I'm a twin.
Yeah.
That's a true statement.
That's a true statement.
Darrell and I are twins. So that's
right.
that's a true statement.
That's a true
so
statement. Not what the kids be saying. Hey, what up, twin?
Yeah, boy. But the only problem is, I can't hang around him. When people say twins, I want to say what, but I can't because everybody referring to him as twin. So he got it in his Facebook.
That's our twin right there.
He got it in Facebook handle and everything.
Yeah,
so
that's our twin.
I ain't got
right
Facebook.
Uh-oh. I'll let something out the door. My bad.
Hey, but
My bite.
But again, man, this about you, man. It ain't got nothing to do with my Facebook.
Uh-oh.
Hey, but man, as when I met you at the church, you do videography, photography, while working at the church, me and you became friends, and you let me in on a secret. You're an animator.
Yeah, man.
You can, very, very talented illustrator, drawer, whole 9 yards, and you shared a lot of things with me, and I was like, hey man, why don't you just do it?
Yeah, I'll sit here and say that you know, Darrell is one of those guys that kind of, you let
It's
him
about
in
you.
on. No, well, I'm just saying, but
He trying to he leading into
when you let him in on the dream, he's a good supporter, man.
Yes,
He'll
he
tell
is.
you, hey man, you need to get to work. So basically, I think 2021, I started. Well, I wrote a story. It's called Xounn. It was really just called the Music Universe before I got the name down. But this was 2009, and it was a great story. I thought I liked the concept. I think I like our music. I think African American music, music of the African diaspora. That's American music. You think for the last 130 years, starting in the late 19th century, with the beginning of blues, and then you got jazz, and then you got R&B, and then rock and roll was just the marketing name for R&B. I was on like, man, if we got all this history, got this music, and then R&B begat hip hop, and on and on and on. And I was going like, I said, man, as this story, it's a century long worth of music. And I was going like, how can we capture this and let other people know without it sounding so, I don't know, like, I don't want to beat nobody over the head about it, but I like to keep, the names of the greats, Thelonious Monk, Mahalia Jackson, Michael Jackson, Ramsey Lewis, all these great musicians of our time. But I was going like, how can we kind of do that? And I was going like, oh man, it'd be great if, people had superpowers that could, tap into music. But I was going like, I don't know, it's kind of lame. MC Hammer, Andre 3000, a lot of these guys had their own cartoon series. And, having the music and their superheroes in this world, I just wasn't feeling that. So I said, hey, let me take the story. I'm gonna put it in a different universe. I'm gonna put it, I'm gonna put a different energy to it, a different spin. Take all that hardships that that a lot of Black people had to go through, and I'm gonna put it in this universe. I'm gonna make it pure. I'm gonna make it want to be fantastic. So that was kind of the beginning of the universe, which like I said, at the time, I just called it Music Universe because I didn't have a name for it yet. But that was 2009, and I started developing over the next couple of years. And as I was trying to make it, you got somebody that sing, and then I was going like, okay, this guy sing. But then I was going like, well, you got to play his music instruments. All right, so, he's going to be playing his music instruments. He's going to be singing. But then I said, man, I want him to dance too. And I was going like, okay, well, you got kind of Prince who sing and play instruments. And then you got like Michael Jackson, he sings and he dances. And I was going like, so I said, man, maybe I can have two people kind of doing it. I was going like, but so that's three different things. And I said, oh, okay, what I'm going to do is I'm going to split it into three different races. And so these three different races, there was the Music Nation, the Instrument Nation, and the Singing Nation, Music Instruments, and the Dance Nation. I said, okay. I came up with these fanciful names for them, but, that's basically what the crux of. I said, okay, on this planet. And then kind of around about 2013, as I was developing this, I had all these like kind of weird rules, and I couldn't lock it down. So I said, okay, what's stopping the dance person if he wants to shoot some, energy blast out of a saxophone? What stops him from doing that? I said, well, let me start tying biology to it. And so with these characters, I was like, okay, I'm going to make it where if a dance person was to pick up the music instrument, nothing happens. And if an instrument person wanted to sing or dance, nothing happens. Their biology are all kind of tied into it. So basically, what I did was the Dance Nation, these guys, their bones vibrate. And, before I really get into that, I had to figure out like how it all connected. And that was like the weird thing. And that's how I came up with the name. The name is, I said, well, I want to kind of have this thing that's, exist in the universe. You know, it's like magic, or Star Wars has the Force. You know, it's in the air, but they tap into it completely different. And I said, well, I need to come up with a name. And the name I came up with was called, I wanted sound. I said, that's kind of weird. You know, they're going to tap into sound. I said, it made sense, but the way it sounded didn't make sense. So I needed to be a little bit more exotic.
Let me ask you a question.
But
So as you describing how you came up with the name of Xounn, and like you got your 3 nations. So as we talk about that. I do want to know, before you even got that far, when did your love for drawing take place? As you sit here, a lot of folks gonna want to know. Okay, it wasn't just you woke up one morning, you just started drawing.
Oh man, me and my brother Jason. I mean, man, we've been drawing since we were 8 years old, and I mean, we just I have a cousin, my cousin Gail. She introduced us to drawing, and everybody was like, oh man, when you'd be in 3rd and 4th grade, man, we would draw, and people was like, hey, can you draw me Superman? Can you draw me He-Man? And I said, well, give me a quarter. And they said, okay. Or if they got some candy, they'd be like, okay, well, here you go.
So you
and
hustling at school.
I was hustling, you know what I'm saying? So we were just, everything we was doing. So that just made me want to draw some more. I mean, it got so bad that, in the textbooks, I would draw in the textbooks, and the teacher used to send a note home, go home and say, hey, your son is drawing all in the books, stuff.
Pay for them.
Yeah, so, well, we had, and let me tell you, it was one of those things where, and then having a twin, it was competition, trying to see who could outdraw each other. So, Jason would do his thing, and then I'd do my thing, and then, then people compliment, and be like, oh man, your brother draws so good, like, well, what about mine? Okay, and I start sitting there, and I start drawing, and try to get better, but I mean, my brother and I, we would just, just be chilling out. Man, it wouldn't take nothing for him and I just, just sit in the room and just draw together. And that was one thing that we shared, that we loved to do. So that's how drawing and illustration got to us. So, yeah.
So once you, since a child through high school, you was drawing, then you go off to college. So when you go out to college, you majored in?
Oh, computers. Well, so first of all, it was communications, but then it kind of translated over to computers. And so kind of in high school, I fell in love with computers. And at the time, computers was on one side and drawing was on a different side. I never could think of anything to kind of combine them two because, the technology at the time was not as sophisticated as it is now. So, when I went off to college and, and Jurassic Park came out, let me tell you, when Jurassic Park came out, that just blew my mind because I was going like, oh man, you can combine technology and computers and mix it with art. And so that got in the form of 3D animation. So that's where I just said, okay, that's what I want to do. I want to do visual effects. I want to do 3D animation. And so I started focusing on that. And that's how I started my basically my career.
So once you graduated from college, you did a lot of 3D. So when you worked for what was the company you worked for when you used to do the safety videos and then how you did the, like you said,
the first company was this company called Psych, CYKE. So when I moved to Atlanta, I was actually working for Georgia Tech. And so when I was working at Georgia Tech, there's this animation company called Psych. And I was just trying to get on, and they were like, hey, glad you're interested, but right now, we don't have any openings really. I mean, we want to hire you. So I said, oh no, I'm not gonna stop here. The internet was this was when the internet was young. So what I did is I had modeled a 3D rabbit, and then I recorded some Star Trek I got some Star Trek audio, somebody saying something like "Beam me up, Scotty" or something, and I made the rabbit say it. You know, at the time, people who can have that ability to do stuff, not everybody could do that. So then I sent that in to them, and then when they saw that, it was like, "Hey, come on in." So
the rabbit beamed you up, huh?
beam me, great job, great pay. I was with them for 6 years. It was a startup company. Everybody was a startup then. And I remember that year, the Phantom Menace came out. Star Wars: The Phantom Menace came out, and man, and so the love that I had for this thing, man, would just keep growing because I think Jar Jar Binks was the first, character in a live action movie that looked believable in a film. So, man, so I was just like, I got more work to do. So after I left that company, I worked for Turner Studios for about 3 years, and I did TV commercials, and for Turner Studios, and then. So with my computer science major, I could do web development. So I kind of took all that stuff and went to CDC. So I used to work for Centers for Disease Control. I used to work on their website, but they had a lot of multimedia projects that I used to manage. And then I also did their state of the CDC, the annual report that goes to Congress. I did that for about 3 years. So that was a big prestigious thing because it was my project to manage. So I did that. But then what you were referring to earlier, then I went to the railroad and I did all their safety videos. That was Norfolk Southern. So I was with them for 10 years. And as I was kind of wrapping up with Norfolk Southern, that's when COVID hit. So COVID hit, and then I started doing some stuff for the church to get the church that we go to, get them onto the internet. And then that's where I met Darrell.
How was y'all first encounter?
The crazy thing is, was you still at what's the other church? Piney?
No. That was 2014.
You want me to tell him?
No, you don't get in there. We don't have to get into that. But I will sit here and say this though.
It was a phone call.
That's what I say. The first thing
I haven't met him yet. It was a phone call.
Right. It was a phone call. Yeah.
Gotcha.
It was like a 2-hour phone call.
Yeah, we talked on the phone for a minute. Man,
were you at the mall or was I at the mall?
I had just left the church. So I was over there on Camp Creek.
I was at Lennox Mall, and I was sitting in the parking lot at least for an hour just talking to this dude. And man, let me tell you about D, man. He had some choice words, boy. And I felt like I had to calm him down. I was like, well, hey man, I said, let me get there, next week, and I'll try to help because I wasn't part of the ministry at that point,
So he came in because
But when that COVID hit, that's when I was in.
He was cool. And I was like, if I would have met him the first day I started working at the church, it would have been cool. But I didn't meet him. Okay. I met somebody else. Y'all know who it is. I talked about that person all the time. But it was once, we was at the church, and he definitely always was talking about animation. So I just like, man, you need to go ahead and do it. I'm like, you putting all this time in for the church. So you got to put some time in for yourself too. And he definitely when I said that to him, he said, "Man, you sound like my wife." And then I said, "She ain't trying to tell you nothing wrong." And so then after that, it was more. That's when I just started seeing him pushing and pushing and pushing. Then I seen him. He like one day he left the church first. Then he came back. Then I left. Then I came back. So we were doing leaving and coming back.
Tag team, back again.
So then finally, he started getting his stuff together. And he started showing them like, oh man, this is dope. This is some super dope work.
Before I could do the animation, I had to do kind of back in 2018. I wrote a 2.5-hour movie script, but the problem with that is the story takes place in the middle of the grand story. And I was like, I just felt bad about that. So I'm like, well, people not really going to know about these characters. I need to kind of start a little bit early. And so that's when I said I made the decision for the first issue is to start a little bit earlier back in time. And start writing the book as if it was a cartoon series, and so that was issue 1. And yeah, so this is some of the artwork for issue 2, and which we're gonna amp up the action a way lot, a lot more.
Look at that drawing. You
Yeah.
hand drew all that?
Yep,
That's
hand
crazy.
drawing. There's no AI.
No AI, no G,
No
CGI, none of that.
No.
Oh,
Here,
snap, I ain't
how
never
he
seen that.
do it from the scenes.
What's that?
Yeah.
These like storyboards? Or,
Yes.
So what most people don't understand is that when they read a comic book, this is the size that the book is actually drawn on, and then they, when you start printing it into a comic, the pages are shrunk down. So all these are the pages for issue 2. So issue 2, we're going to do a Kickstarter, and that's going to get things kind of rocking.
You know how important it
yeah.
is for like a kid like me. That's hard. Like we had this back in. We had. I think the only thing we had back in the day when I was growing up was Brown Hornet.
And Mr. T,
Hey, Mr. T. What's old boy on Cobra?
Destro. No,
not Destro. I know who you talking about.
the brother Roadblock.
Yeah.
What's that? Yeah.
Yeah, with the blue cap on.
Yeah.
Military wise.
Yeah,
Yeah.
military. Yeah, man,
Yeah.
that is detail. And my son, he in the drawing. I'm showing him the book. He enjoyed the book. Yeah, this is dope.
Yeah. So and the thing is that issue 2 is already longer than issue 1. So the one thing we're going to do is, so the books are considered comics, but we got a thicker one. We're going to have a graphic novel, and the graphic novel is going to include issues 1 and issues 2 combined for the first volume, and it's going to have more pages in between issues 1 and 2 to make stuff tie in more together. So it's going to be pretty lengthy. It's going to be maybe about 65 pages more of the graphic novel. So the Kickstarter, when we do get this Kickstarter going, you're going to be able to order issue 2, and depending on, we got a bunch of different artists. We got Marcus Williams of Tuskegee Airs. He has done a cover. We got Georges Genty, who has done Buffy the Vampire Slayer. George is currently on Mandalorian. He's doing that graphic novel series. So they're doing the different covers for issue 2. But we haven't locked in on like who's doing the cover for the graphic novel. So it's going to be like issue 2, and then it's going to be the issue 2 collector's item, and then it's going to be the graphic novel. So those are going to be 3 different covers.
Okay.
I'm going to do one, and then we got George's probably do it, but I can't. And then we got this one guy, Dexter Vines is this inker, big guy in comic books. He's inked Superman, X-Men. We have an artist named Stanley. Stanley drew the cover, but Dexter, he inked it. And so...
Not like Stan Lee, but Stanley.
Stanley. Yeah, this guy's
Okay.
named Stanley.
Okay.
Stanley Weaver. So...
Rest in peace, Stan Lee.
yeah, and he's a fantastic artist. So, we're still putting the Kickstarter and stuff together, but, Kickstarter should be ready to pop off, so... soon. So, everybody stay tuned for that Kickstarter. Grinding Entertainment Studio have done 2 tracks, and I think we're working on a 3rd one. And, the one thing about it I say is that, I want to do local talent in Atlanta. I think, Atlanta has already made its mark in music history. And it's not that, we can't use, anybody outside of Atlanta, but definitely since I am here, I'm always asking for, different artists come on board. But the tracks that they did was fantastic. Maybe we might be able to hear a little bit on the show. You want to play that? You don't want to do that right now? Okay, that's
we
fine.
ain't doing none of that. This
So-
about you. We keep trying to tell you.
I know.
He don't know the rules and engagements.
Yeah, man.
Look, you're gonna have to get Article 15 after this show. If you don't know what Article 15 is, man, you finna get punished.
Oh,
Let's just give him a council statement. Something simple. Corrective training.
But no, the songs that Maddie B wrote. She wrote the songs. She sung on one of them. Then she had Paris. She sung on the other one. She sung the background vocals. There are some super dope songs. And it's like, and we appreciate you for that opportunity that you gave us to be part of Xounn and something that's always gonna be in a footprint of African American history.
Yeah, I think so too. The energy, we're putting a lot of energy in this animation development, putting a lot of energy in the storytelling. Got a lot of input from a lot of different people. A lot of people, input in the animation industry and the music industry through our connections, and we just gonna keep growing. I think one thing about, I like different cartoon series that are out there. You got Black Panther. But, at the same time, Black Panther was made in the 1960s by non-African Americans, non-Black people, and pretty much a lot of content that's out there is made that way. So we want to make sure that this has a very authentic voice. And I think with the animation skills and ability, we'll be able to have, like I said, the physical comics, and we have the animation series, and then we have the original music. I think that's going to make a very unique combination, that everything was from our history, from our perspective, from the African diaspora. And so I think a lot of people are going to enjoy that aspect of it, that, not only we're doing it now, but we're going to keep on doing it, And the cool thing is that the books have sold at Spelman, Morehouse. Matter of fact, in Morehouse, the funny thing about Morehouse, we've sold out completely. What was it, Spelman? Spelman several times sold out. Tuskegee, Alabama State University, and it was also, I think we sold out. Criminal Records also sold at Harriet Tubman Museum, Oxford Comic Book Store. So a lot of stuff in Georgia, bookstores and stuff in Georgia. So yeah, it's
I'm gonna ask you about the books. How much the books cost?
So the standard book is $13. So
$13.
It's in color.
I think I bought one.
Man,
I gave $20. I ain't getting no change back.
So who sold it to you?
I sold it. You got it.
No. I don't think you.
Yeah. I got it from you. We was outside. And I gave you a 20, and you didn't give me my change.
Okay, so
I'm just donation.
No. So the other book is the Mashindu edition,
but
which is $20.
Huh?
That book is $20. Yeah. That's the collector's edition.
Okay, gotcha.
So which one did you get?
I think I got the $13 one.
Oh, okay.
I was like, you I ain't got no change. But
you see, that whole transaction sound like
I ain't seen you.
That sound like you dealing with the real.
I've been waiting on you to come back here.
No. I think you was dealing with the real.
No, I deal with you. You got it out your trunk.
Wow.
I'm a trunk.
What you trying to say? I'm over here bootlegging your book?
I don't know.
He said I'm bootlegging this book.
No, hey.
What you trying to say? I'm shiesty?
I'm saying, well, he said he's trying to make it
13. So 20 from 13. What's that, 7?
Yeah, so what?
$7.
$7.
We're going to see what you got first.
I got it. But I gave it to my son. So
but I'm going to tell you that Mashindu,
kept my change, man.
The Mashindu, he's a painter in New York. And let me tell you, man, Mashindu, he's a fantastic painter. And he did the piece on the cover.
I can't believe he trying to say I did that. How I get his book?
Hey, that don't sound like something I would do.
Yeah,
no, man.
That don't sound like something I would do.
I'd bought it directly from the
trunk.
guy.
You got a Mashindu edition.
Yeah, I got the goat.
You got a Mashindu edition.
I got 13.
I
got the Hindu.
Man,
I got the Hindu edition.
Man, the way you don't make me come off like I'm shiesty.
No, you're not shiesty. It was just like it was like a quick hustle.
No.
I drove home. I was just like, hold up.
No.
It was a long ride home. I need that $7.
Well, it's gonna be the same way on issue 2. You're gonna have 13, 20.
Just know my $7 going toward the crowd.
crowdfund, the
Yeah,
Kickstarter.
yeah.
Oh,
Just throw
man.
my $7 in there.
Well,
in the Kickstarter.
hey, speaking of which, so the next Kickstarter, we
Yeah.
gonna have like
Serious note though, yeah.
yeah, I mean, people have an opportunity if they want to be in the animation or get their likeness in the animation. We're gonna have voice parts. If somebody wants to sing or they want to be a voice actor, and we got a proof of concept animation that we are putting out. Doing our pitches in Hollywood. So if anybody wants to be part of that, the Kickstarter have tiers for that. You want to be part of the production, so you get credit for being, part of the, this maiden voyage of,
That's
the
dope.
animation part. And so, just like he said, this is going to be historic. I think it's historic because it's Atlanta-based, Georgia-based. We're not doing the entire Hollywood track. We do want Hollywood involvement, but we definitely want to make sure that this gets done from Atlanta here in Georgia. I think there's just a whole bunch of talent, people that are out there. Like I said, I know they're singers, they're songwriters. If they want to add their music to the album that we're going to be producing for Xounn, I think this is a good opportunity for people to come on board. So, yeah.
Twin, I've been known to say Twin for a minute. He's deep in the comics and all that cartoon soundtracks and things of that nature. So when he first presented it to him, I was like, man, cut that right up your alley right there. Just like that. And then the music, of course, I watched Black Panther, and I heard the music. I was like, man, that music can go in movies. It's like, gonna be a big production. So definitely, yeah.
Yeah, and
that sounds great, man.
And we got the good thing is we got Travis Love. So Travis Love was he was in Black Panther #1 and he was Black Panther #2. But I think his bigger role was he did a couple of seasons of Walking Dead. So he's doing the narration. So we got him on board. So this is going to make all that really interesting to see how all this is going to come together. But we're working on it day and night, man. I haven't stopped working on this for years, and the dream is to get this going either as a YouTube series or it gets onto a streaming platform. So either way, it's going to happen. We haven't stopped, and we won't stop. We just keep on going.
Bad boy.
Yeah, no. Don't even start.
I had to mention Julian.
We don't. I don't think we want the association going around here now. So
But no, Julie, listen, man, you are just super talented, man. I know I joke with you a lot, man. But I look at your work. I look what you're doing. You have to be on another level of thinking to come up with all this, man. Like quantum physics type level of thinking, like, you know what I'm saying? So, and my son is into this stuff, so that's why I'm like very interested in it. So,
well, man, we trying to, with this right here, we trying to give something to everybody. We think boys are going to love it. We definitely girls going to love it. The young and the adults. The writing is sophisticated enough for the adults, but because I don't like to dumb down things for kids, like trying to think that kids, the stuff that they read and the stuff that they're exposed to is just, as sophisticated as a lot of content that's on Netflix, that's on Disney Plus. So, we know they're going to appreciate, there's a lot of Easter eggs. And like I said, so in the comic, like the Singing Nation, is named after Mahalia, like Mahalia Jackson. So you can see that, the Instrument Nation is Mount Thelonious, of course, after Thelonious Monk. So, I mean, you're going to see, stuff that allude to a lot of historical, but even the modern day musicians, So, we want to pay homage. We want to give people their flowers, while they're here. And we just think it's kind of cool to kind of do that wink, wink, type of thing. Let them know that, we're thinking about you, that this is going to be sort of like a testament or a scroll to the music legacy of America. And, I think people are going to enjoy it. I think they're going to love the story. I think they're going to see the historical, like the costumes for the characters. they're based, all over the Africa and even in the Middle East and Latin America. So I think in India. So I think a lot of people are going to enjoy the designs of the suits. I think everybody's going to enjoy the dance moves, especially. We got the break dance, we got capoeira. It's worldwide.
Yeah, I look forward to that, seeing that too. Like even Dragon Con and places like that, you can wear the Comic Con and dress up.
Yes, sir.
I dress up like that. I like that gear right there.
Yes, sir.
I look fly. Can I wear Jordan with it?
Yes, sure.
Okay.
All the time.
That's
So, hey, the interesting in the
Yeah.
Dance Nation, right?
Mhm.
So the Dance Nation, they make sneakers. So on this planet,
yeah.
the Dance
That's
Nation.
what I want to move to then.
Yeah, the Dance Nation is funny because the Dance Nation is the warrior race. So when a child is born in the Dance Nation, it's called that nation is called the Kuri. When they're born, their bones are vibrating, and so that's what you have to do for the first 2 years of life. You have to control your vibrations of your bones. If you do not, then you're going to be at the bottom of society. So you think about how these people get up here high and these people are low. Well, if you can't control yourself, it's akin to you don't have any self-control. If you don't have any self-control, then you don't have any worth. And, it's like on the nose, But they are very physical, in the Dance Nation. You got to be healthy. You got to be very athletic. And so just, their whole business side is like Nike lives there, or any shoe company. And they make the shoes and anything for the dance and the dance moves and the capoeira. So, it's got its own little cultural imprint there.
So
That's so dope.
the nations in your comic book and animation is the Kuri,
The Pawoi is
Pawoi,
the instrument
and
nation.
Lockering.
Lockery, yeah.
Yeah.
Which is
the Singing Nation.
Singing Nation, yeah. And the Singing Nation is the allegory to the Black church, the church, gospel music, and R&B. And then the Instrument Nation, their style of government is, a Democratic Republic like the United States. Except for with the United States, got 50 states. They have 4 states. Percussion, string. So that's
See
how
what
they
you did
government.
there.
Yeah. And so in issue 2, you're gonna kind of see Ramsey's dad. He's running for president, basically. And funny thing is,
You said Ramsey, like
that's one of the
Egypt-
cats. That's
like
one of the kid
Egyptian,
characters.
pharaoh.
Yeah, like that. And his dad is actually he wants to turn their country into. He wants to be king. He don't want to be president anymore. He want to be king forever. So you got that story that takes place. Yeah.
So Ramsey Daddy want to be king.
So Ramsey dad. So like I said, and that's the interesting about issue 2. Issue 2 is you're gonna meet the parents. So you got issue 1 and you read it, the parents are not in there. You heard them alluded to, and so in issue 2 you're gonna meet the parents, and that's what I'm saying. Things are gonna start getting spicy in issue 2. Matter of fact, the guy you looking like you want his suit, that's Kenzo's dad. And boy, he's rough, man. In these pages right here, he's killing some traitors.
Yeah, I said third-eye son.
Yeah, these guys are betrayed the nation, so he's coming for him. So that's what you kind of see in issue 2. So like I said, we're gonna turn the temperature up in issue 2.
He kind of look like me.
Yes, sir.
I can play him, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Hey, that's a good thing about all this stuff has potential, man. It's the story. We have. So Xounn, the comic book, is actually 6 issues. 4 are written, 6 are already outlined. I have to finish writing issues 5 and issue 6. 2 is drawn and fully colored. It's going to kind of editorial, but we're going to have this Kickstarter, and people are going to start seeing some animation online and stuff.
So just not the comic books. You also have merchandise, just like you came in here today with your Xounn, Children of Muse. What character is that on your
So
hoodie?
this is Sabrina. So this is the. So you heard me say Kenzo. You heard me say Kenzo, and then you heard me say Ramsey. So the 3 main characters So just kind of get into the story. So the initial story is, the singing nation and the dance nation and the instrument nation, they were all at war for 20 years. And so to bring peace, the leaders of all three nations took their newborn child and gave it to the other nation. And this is kind of old world sensibilities. As long as the child is in that other country's nation, they won't attack each other. So then you fast forward in 16 years, this new evil is here and it's destroying everything. And only these three kids got like the abilities and the powers to stop it.
But you don't want to give them too much, man. You want them to buy the comic book.
Yeah.
So, man, how I went in there and said the merch, man, now we supposed to be selling it.
Yes.
It says 6 books.
Mm-hmm.
It's 120. What's that? 620.
Are you trying to see how much all the books gonna cost?
Yeah. Because I want to make sure I'm getting my change.
Hey, man. The production is gonna be right.
Like
I'm doing too much, man.
the comic books are amazing, hands down. I mean, from reading from front to back, the story will keep you wanting more.
Yes.
And as like I said, you working on volume 2 that's in print right now.
Yeah. So issue 1 is out, and 2 we're starting to kickstart it. Yeah, and it'll be out. So it's pretty much done. And then we're gonna have a whole marketing campaign that we're doing.
But as we marketing right now, man.
Yeah,
so what we talking about? So
yeah.
you got, like I said, you got issue 1 out, but
Right.
you also have hoodies, T-shirts,
Mhm.
stickers.
Mhm.
I mean,
and we're trying to find a good deal on
material.
caps. Yeah.
top quality on
Mhm.
material.
That's a good quality hoodie right there, man.
Yes,
sir.
and the T-shirts as well. So I mean, super dope stickers. I like stickers, so he got some nice stickers out there too. And this is the things where like I said, we here for you, and as we here for you, I know you like, man, let me tell the story. We want them to buy it and read this story.
Yes, thank you.
You ain't gotta tell them. Let them be like, see, you gave them a whole script.
Well, I mean that's the beginning of the book. Like I said, this story is super deep. I mean,
Yeah, it is.
And it's a lot of characters. There's a lot of people to root for. There's a lot of people to be mad at in this
we
story.
here rooting for you.
Yeah, I'm just saying. The story got a lot of
But you
characters.
see how them books keep flying off the shelf. We want them to continue.
Yes, sir.
As volume 1 continue to fly off the shelf, we want them like, oh, we got volume 1. Let me get 2.
Yes, sir.
Because I met one of your partners, James Mason.
Mhm.
So
and he's the one designed this. This is his artwork.
So and James Mason, he's an amazing comic book writer, whole 9 yards. Because what was that black
Sankofa Guard.
No, I'm talking about y'all was at an event and I bought all his
his
comic books that one.
What was
day.
it? It was like Black Art.
It was
or,
a lot of
Black Art Con
it's
or
something like that.
Yeah.
It was at the Georgia.
The GICC, the one over there by the airport.
Yeah. So that event, you had a lot of folks that dealt with, a lot of black artists.
Mhm.
So, like, how I want to see you sell your stuff at the magnitude that I seen Mason stuff was getting sold.
Yes, sir.
And that's where like I said, we here to also help you market.
Thank you. I appreciate
that's
that.
how come, like I said, the hoodie's dope. Look at the quality of this hoodie is dope. So, and like I said, I seen your T-shirts because when we did McDonough on the Square, you had all the merch table set up and stuff like that. So, everything you have is top quality.
Yep.
And we know how you got started with the book,
Mhm.
but we definitely need them to go out there and buy the book. We
Yes,
don't
sir.
want to tell them the whole story on when we sit here. We try and get to know you
Thank you, sir.
and
sir.
make sure you straight,
Yes, sir.
and then keep hitting you upside your head because you're hard.
Well, hey,
Get you
the
right.
real man, he's a good taskmaster, man. He keeps me
Yes, he
focused.
is,
Like I
man.
said, man. I think that's the great thing about these type of stories and just the whole creative spirit is that when you're creative, you get with other people that are creative, and it just spawned this whole venue of where everybody can, just, push everybody forward. Because like I said, the music that he's made for the animation, I really love it. So yeah, and then I listen, like when I'm drawing or if I'm animating, I have the music that is made for Xounn. I have that in the background playing.
Man, I appreciate
That's
that.
dope.
Because it's like
You immersed.
me and I know me and Maddie definitely appreciate you because this is something that, like I said, man, it's a lifetime, a lifetime story. Because it's like I could be 92 years old. Somebody said, "Man, I was jamming at Kari," and they're like, "I remember that song." See, Maddie gonna be way younger than me, so she gonna still be out there dancing. I'm over there kind of cane. But man, like I said, it's a lot of things. Like you got your website, because like I said, you also web design whole 9 yards. So a lot of the things we need for you to do is I need you looking at camera and tell them where they can find you on social media, your website, how that they can contribute to the things that you're doing to continue to push this forward. Because I definitely know our children, grandchildren, great-grandchildren will definitely love this. Because like me and you had conversations growing up, like we all know you had Black Panther. You had the Mr. T, but
Muhammad Ali fighting Superman.
Yeah. So but it wasn't
enough
for us.
Yeah.
So this here, when the first time you brought it to my attention, I was like, man, this is dope. It just really is. Even the small animation that you did for Lady Sankofa, even the one you did for the little small animation you did for the commercial for McDonald's on the Square, that was super dope too. You can see it's in motion.
Oh, we definitely gonna have more. So yeah. So they can go on all social media platforms. It's Xounverse. So that's XOUNNVERSE. So if you go on Instagram and you type that in, it pops up. You go to YouTube, pops up. You go to Facebook, it pops up. Go to TikTok, pops up. The website is www.xounn.com. And the store is at the website. So if you want to go buy some, purchase some apparel and some more, you want to order your comic book, we'll ship it to you. You also, if you're interested in doing voiceover work or you're interested in doing some singing, we're on the website that you can send a sample in. So please go to the website, just check everything out. I think you will enjoy it. And you're going to get a lot more of the history of the story because and get you kind of immersed in the Xounn universe.
Yeah, that's dope, right?
Super dope, man. Super dope. Julian, I give you a lot of back talk, but man, you are a genius, brother. You know what I'm saying? I really. Is it you or your brother sitting here? Hold on, you ever seen his brother? Because I ain't seen his brother.
They fraternal twins.
Okay, because it's like a different
identical.
Julian right now. We have
this
ain't
glasses.
This ain't Jason.
Yeah.
This the glasses.
No, I know you took the glasses off.
It's Clark Kent style.
His brother retired out the Navy.
Okay.
So now Jason should have been in the Army.
Okay.
So Jason definitely is.
Jason ain't no Navy SEAL, is it?
You might. Jason.
Force Recon.
Well, Jason trained with the Marines, so.
Yeah, so he might be Force Recon.
And he's a paratrooper.
You paratrooper? Oh, I like Jason already.
Yeah,
Jason. Bring Jason in here, man.
Jason good people.
Jason did. So when they fall off the side of the boat or they have to go in with the helicopter,
pararescue.
Yeah, he's the jumps in the water and go get you.
So that's special. That's
so he's licensed diver. He's a licensed diver.
Oh, so he got special.
Yeah, he got the whole.
He got stuff
chest.
going down his back.
Yeah, he got all the awards and medals. Which is funny because he didn't do ROTC. I did ROTC in high school, and we traded out.
See, that's where you messed up.
We traded. He went there and said, "Cut."
We didn't do ROTC. We just went in raw dog.
See,
no choice.
I think I had enough to go like, I don't think I really want to do this.
Well, both of them. I got some artwork from Jason too.
Yeah.
Both of them is hands down amazing artists. Jason will sit here, he'll look at you for a minute.
Yeah, scratch.
And
Like court drawings, like he just
No,
quick, fast.
And they're gonna be look exactly like you.
Yeah.
oh, it's gonna be funny. That's what
Yeah.
he do.
He do
look-
character.
he do caricatures, yeah.
Okay, yeah.
But he also do straight
Yeah,
as is. Both of them two cool cats. You know,
Yeah.
it's a pleasure that God let our paths cross. I would definitely say that. I know me and him be going back and forth, but when I say hands down, you're a good dude, man.
Definitely is.
Good
Definitely
and
is,
very
Julian.
talented, good dude.
Yeah.
And man, again, we could talk here all day long.
Yes, we can.
Because we know you got that preacher in you.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I'm going to keep talking.
Yeah.
I can,
Oh yeah,
I
shout
can
out
talk.
to Donnell too, man. He's a Marine. We got a Marine in our family too.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So
Yes,
that's
sir.
his twin. Yeah.
Yep. It's like, man, and it's
a small world, man.
man, it's like I keep running into twins, man. It's funny. The older I get, the more twins cross my path.
That's
So
good,
it was
man.
great meeting Darrell, and like I said, he good people, man. Like that 2-hour conversation when we first met each other on the phone. I already knew where this guy stood. You know what I'm saying? And, I like people
Stood on business then.
stood on business. You know what I'm saying? So
No.
and
Imagine what that phone call was like.
it was deep. It was deep.
I know what it's about, boy. I don't even know
Yes,
what it's
sir.
about, but I just know.
Man, let me tell you.
Don't be mad.
Yeah, D had to be like, you just rethink your whole little life. Like, I ain't doing as much as I thought I could be doing.
He got me here off the road, fresh off the road on an hour's sleep. So he know what he be doing.
Yes, sir.
But hey, check it out here. Thank y'all for tuning in to Tailor Talk Podcast. And cuz we're going to reverse it. What they got to do,
Hey,
kid folk?
man, they need to click, like, share on YouTube. Go to Facebook, IG, follow us, strive, do all that, man. And make sure y'all check out the interview with our brother, Julian Herring. Xounn.
Yes, sir.
Till next time.